Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Resourceco Field. We are ready for the big one. Old Collegians. Sorry, I should do it the other way around, shouldn't I? Brighton taking on Old Collegians. 1 versus 2. Second chance Saturday, have I started to call it. The winner of this one has a weekend off next week, and they will go through to the grand final. The runner-up has to play the winner of who is playing down at Wilfred Taylor. 3 and 4, which is Burnside and Onkaparinga. Joining me in commentary today, you're almost a part of the furniture now, Steph.
Been around a couple of times, yes. Thanks for having me, Dave.
Steph Redmond, and making his debut, the Phantom, Part 2, Ben Villon. Welcome, Ben. You've been on at me to do this for a while.
Yeah, it's such a privilege to be here today. Obviously like to commentate and see the game from a different perspective, I guess.
The best perspective. So we are about ready to go. Old Collegians wearing the red and blue hoops will be attacking the right of your screen. Brighton in the majority yellow jersey will be attacking the left of your screen. Just waiting for our referee in the middle, which is Snoop Jackson. So just before we get underway, we're going to throw to Maddie, who's got our pre-game report. She spoke to both of the coaches before we got going. So we'll just hand over to Maddie.
Yeah, so Brighton coach Rick Worsley said he has made a few tweaks to his game plan for today, and Brighton have a full-strength side for the first time since round 1, with Peter and Cruz 2 big-ins for Brighton. While Old Collegians coach Pete Arnold said his side aims to score more than Brighton, but will no doubt be paying close attention to defence. Both teams said they'll look forward to a week off if they secure the win today. Back to you, Dave, Steph and Ben.
Thanks, Manny. So we are underway, and it is always a question I ask, and I always get the same answer. Maybe one year somebody will tell me differently and they want to keep the momentum going, but they all say they want a weekend off.
Yeah,
I think as you get older,
I'd sooner not have the weekend off.
So that, I think it's an old man thing.
Yeah, you have a week off, and it's a sort of a letdown because you've got to build yourself back up again for that final game.
Sadler will send it into midfield. First time we see Mann running with a head of steam. Sadler again. That's well over the ball. I was going to say that's going to be a win. You would think that would be a win.
Just had the refs come through now.
Yeah, so the referees, we will have the referees today. But a penalty early on, and I think that was Cruz that was over the ball.
It was Cruz over the ball. Yeah, a slip into the tackle and an easy jackal for him.
Found out earlier today that he is under 21.
He is 21 years old.
That's scary. It's a whole lot of human.
There's a look of horror on faces here in the commentary. He is a big man.
The last time I saw him, he was playing against Port Adelaide, so we didn't really get to see him playing against real competition.
His game has come on with his fitness, like game by game. He has just started to come forward and actually make inroads as a player. But yeah, a mountain to stop.
You need about 3 or 4 players to stop him.
Pitter snatching at a ball.
He had the line and just wanted a little bit too much of it.
I think he was already looking where he was scoring and just bounced off his chest.
It's a little bit of a let-off for Old Coles, Ben.
Yeah, look, not a good start so far. I thought we had a bit of momentum there at the start. But obviously that turnover cost us dearly, and 2 penalties in a row is not good.
No, it's interesting. Obviously the reserve grade game that we just saw, there was, I think we were 20 minutes on the clock and it was still only 3-0. So I don't think you expect that from a Rich Worsley side, the Tinker Man. I don't think he's going to be conservative, is what I'm saying, Steph.
No, he won't be. His philosophy is attack, attack, attack.
Yeah, and obviously Piet as well.
Piet's exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly the same.
That's why Brighton versus Old Coles is such a good game of rugby.
There's always early scoring.
The chaos line out, and Collier has lost it forward, but now they'll work their way out, and there will be a penalty for high as well.
Yeah, fraction high there.
I tell you what,
seatbelter.
When we get to these, upper echelon games, when we get to these top 4 games, geez, they make me earn my paycheck.
Why? Every game should make you earn your paycheck. There's some good rugby in this though.
There is some great rugby.
This is going to be hard fought for 80 minutes. neither foot are going to take the foot off the accelerator, I wouldn't have thought.
Rockaborough will send it into touch. And I tell you what, have we got 2 better fullbacks in the league on show right now?
Yeah, Pula, of course, being the Fijian international, always makes a huge difference at training for us as the youngsters there.
Stewart not just left it behind. Plummer, now they're away. Butler trying to find a way outside. Rockaborough gets him, helped by Horn. Collier again. Patient build-up. Oh, just, it's a lack of...
It was just a
Just a lack of
miscommunication
communication at the moment, and it feels like a pre-season game. Not just because of the weather, because we're kind of in that weird pre-season-y weather.
Because it's 1,000 degrees, yeah. No,
but also like just communication, and
I think it's finals nerves as well.
Possibly a little
everybody's out there. They're not wanting to be in the wrong posse, but they're not actually talking to each other about it just yet. Give it another couple of minutes. We're only 3 minutes in. The play will start flowing.
Could it be because of the break for all the teams last week?
Possibly. Which is why I talk about, do you want the weekend off? Because sometimes it can help, sometimes it can hinder. Rockaborough sends it to Horn. Horn does well. There is a cross there. It's, yeah, that was as much as Fleetwood Piper put his hands in the air.
Still in the way.
Still in the way. Yeah, just going to take the time. Ollie Horn is just down. It's like he's caught a stinger on one of his hands.
Looked like a thigh, actually. Giving it a little rub there.
He's run away from the physio. Physio didn't quite get to him.
Not interested in physio, thank you. I'll be right.
He's had issues with his thumb the last couple of weeks, so it was broken or fractured, and
yeah, that's where he's gone, that left thumb.
Wasn't happy with himself.
First scrum of the day, and we've got position A1 here, Steph.
Yep. Let's talk us through it, Dave. Gives you your insight.
Give me my insight. Well, it's 3 big blokes against 3 big blokes. Let's see how they go.
This should be a good scrum, actually. First scrum of the day. Yeah, great platform on both sides.
Both sides are good there.
Parity, you think?
Yep.
Jenkins, in at first receiver, will pull it out the back to Plummer. Short ball to Ferguson. He's met well. Collier again, now out onto that far side. Man looking to get hands on. Can't quite get there. Plummer. Cook takes it flat-footed. Hit hard again. Plummer. Oh, he's found a little bit of a gap, Plummer. Then he will send it out to Nakarawa. Can he get to the corner? Yes, he can. Brighton will take first blood.
That was just clean hands, and Pitter on the outside is just hard to stop. It creates space. Give him half a white line and he's still going to beat it. It's just the man he is.
Yeah, I think they created that overlap there with Joel Plummer taking the gap.
Yeah, it was just a first slip-off tackle, and that's all it was. And through the hole and straight out to Pitter and give him the sideline, and he is a hard man down there.
Well, Nakarawa is an almost complete footballer, isn't he? I mean, you'll see that he's wearing number 6 on his back.
Chuck whatever number you like.
He is playing back row. But he is, you know, we first saw him come into South Australia as a back.
He was a winger, yeah.
He was a winger, so knows how to finish, plays a lot of 7s, is quick.
And rangy.
Yeah, so...
When you got 6 foot, whatever, 6'2" or whatever he is, and an 8 foot stride, he's a hard man to pull down.
Very versatile for Brighton.
Yeah.
So Plummer will look to tack on the extras. Doesn't start it right enough, and it's a popular post, that one, Ben. You hit that one as well.
Yeah, my kicking boots went on, unfortunately, today.
Not today, we did mention that.
To stop running, not continue on into the player. All right, so I've let him go, and basically it's a warning. But essentially, he's taking out a player. That one over here, right? Because he's continuing to run and he's taking out a player in front of him.
Yeah, so it's explained by Mr. Jackson. Which is basically what crossing is.
Yes. He never leaves you wondering what his directions are, does he?
Rockaborough will push it deep onto the head of Plummer. Does well to take it. That sun is difficult. Ben's been out there this afternoon and will probably let us know that sun is a little bit different.
Yeah, a lot of fatigue quite early, to be fair.
It was warm out there, even at 10 o'clock this morning in the 3rd grade. And it's just got hotter and hotter all day. There's zero breeze, so to speak of.
These last 20 minutes were hard for both teams.
And it's, yeah, like this time of year we should be playing touch rugby, but
So I think that's been a swap already. So Logan Brown is in at hooker, Jack Cook, and then on the near side now we've got Jaden Phillips. So they've swapped between the two scrums.
no, they haven't.
Did they not? I
No.
thought it was Jack Cook on this near side. Alo Emile versus Jaden Phillips though on this near side.
It's a good contest. Another great platform
yeah,
again.
Again parroting, and Cruz now will go. Collie, oh! And Nakarawa again is going to try and get around the outside. Does manage to get away from a couple. This time Sadler gets him. Tulawaki is up. Give him that. Cruz again. Brown.
Overlap here.
Phillips. Butler. Oh, should have given it Tremaine.
Yeah, we're starting to crap a bit sideways though.
It was all very sideways from Brown onwards really, and it just got worse and worse and worse. Jenkins to Cruz. Inside ball to Hollywood, the flying Frenchman. Alo Emile. Questions about entry there, but we're okay. Brown again. Satala looks to come across. He's hit hard and is bundled into touch. And what a start. Here's that hit. And we talked about the battle between McDonough and Tulawaki the last time we were here, and we were up on the opposite side of this field, and that started as if he's meant to go on, and we're off and running again. Off into midfield to Litchfield, back inside to Mann. Mann will try and run over the top of Wood. He did just enough to keep him going. Sadler, now they'll go near side.
Mickey Howlett. Oh, lifted him up.
Well, they got him up and they put him down safely. Alo Emile. Ali Wood, it's come free. Advantage for the knock-on, nothing coming. Well, there's players on hands and knees already.
I think so. It's a bit warm out there, but that tackle down here by the 5 there, player getting lifted up in there. I'm sure his eyes got really large.
Seemed to have upped the intensity.
Brought down safely though.
Yeah, well, we just heard Mr. Jackson say that. The interesting thing is that his legs never ever went over.
It was straight up and down.
It was like a line out lift.
Luckily, he was dropped safely.
Yeah.
Brought down gracefully to the ground, I think it was called.
Back
So the front row for Old Coles is Dawes, Howlett and Alo Emile. Talking about, I mean, we've got cream of the crop battles all over the place. Jenkins, he will straighten.
Oh, good bump.
Clean out comes. Not told to leave it alone. Plummer. Satala got man and ball. He didn't want it because he's seen what McDonough's done once.
Good pressure by Liam McDonough there.
Well, we kind of criticised McDonough. Last time we saw him here, he gave Joe a little bit too much space. Gave him a little bit too much space and allowed him, and he certainly didn't give him any space. But I did talk about
There was no space.
cream of the crop tonight. I mean, Gary Mann versus Nakarawa.
Huge matchups all round.
Rockaborough versus Satala. Ferguson versus Fleetwood Piper. Tulawaki versus McDonough. How good is this?
This is what we turn up for
This
every
is
week, isn't
top
it?
tier in SA rugby, isn't it?
And we've already mentioned the front rows. Sadler to Litchfield again, out to Horn. Horn versus Jenkins. Rockaborough
good
gets
ball.
it away.
Good
Fleetwood
ball.
Piper, he's got a lot of work to do.
Inside
We'll
ball,
give it
beautiful
inside
ball.
to McDonough. Good ball to McDonough. Fleetwood Piper there to help him out. Now they're away again. Ho's good. Sadler to Litchfield. Has options inside and
good
out.
forward
That's
there.
flat and forward.
Come back for the offside.
You think when we're talking about quick recycle, that offside line's really going to become a thing, Ben?
Yeah, definitely. Got to make sure that they're not pushing up too quickly. We were caught out a bit actually in the second red game as well. Might be with the weather and fatigue, but certainly got to watch the touchies.
I think the pace of the game just at the minute is like, it's catching people napping.
That is, only just from Rockaborough, inch perfect. And Robbie Ferguson won't mind me saying, you don't have the tallest wingers in the league, do you?
I think we've got the two shortest actually.
I think you do.
One that hits the hardest and one that's got the biggest step I've ever seen.
So they're going to go to the back to Mann. They bring it down, they want to get it going. Good sack though. Sadler to Litchfield again. Horn at the back, and again it's a little bit man and ball. Now they're possibly away.
Cano here.
Satala trying to find a way out around the outside. Gets free.
He just breaks tackles so easily.
He's pretty elusive in the tackle.
And another one.
He's gone back for the first advantage.
That ball might have a bit of Vaseline on it with the amount of drops we've had from both sides.
I think it's just...
Sweaty hands.
Put me in a very delicate position.
Dave, going back to what you said about taking the break, I think, you know, we'd actually prefer the break just because of injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, the injury management side
Injury management,
is the
yeah.
bonus with the week off,
Definitely.
isn't it?
Feel a bit more refreshed coming into it.
And it's always nice to say that you've had a week off.
Bragging rights.
Yeah, bragging rights every time. You'll take those.
They're trying to get away again on Cruz.
Punch through on the ball
That's
on the tackle.
Loose carry from Cruz.
Just the
Two hands for beginners.
pestering tackle from behind, just got through and knocked it out of the carry. He won't be happy with himself.
So where's Cruz originally from? Because I've only seen him this season here.
It's his first season here.
He's come from the East Coast. He's from New South Wales. Was in NRL, but
You can tell that by the carry.
by the carry, yeah.
Made the transition to the better sport.
Oh,
To
there
the
we
proper
go.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is first college scrum.
I think so, and Brighton will put a big shove on Sadler. Had to go and get it, and does.
No support.
And there's Cruz over the top of it again. He's going to be rewarded for that. Turnover or penalty. There's the turnover. Wood trying to find a way through. Howlett now tries to get hands on. Collier, Plummer. Tulawaki will send it out to Ferguson. Ferguson takes on Horn, can't quite get there. Question of height from Nutt, and it is. And just a little bit of afters from Ferguson. Even pushes Satala away. Ferguson's come to play, angry little Scotsman.
Just a Scotsman, mate. Loves ball in hand, does Robbie, though.
Just see that
Keen as mustard.
when Nutt comes across, he just catches him high, and then
It was a nice little backspin over the sideline, though.
doesn't really want to let anybody go. He even shoves Satala.
Spreading it wide quite early.
Well, it's a good kick from Satala. It's interesting, and I think the last time we were here, the centre partnership of Old Collegians, which Ollie Horn and Ruan Farid today just didn't seem to fire, and we never saw them get out to Fleetwood Piper or McDonough. Whereas when you've got wingers like Ferguson and Tulawaki, why wouldn't you use them? Cruz again.
Nice hit and spin, taken straight out of Logan Brown's book.
Plummer. Inside ball to Nakarawa. Can't quite get through this time. But they're away again. Collier to Cruz. Emil comes and blindsides him, and it's all messy. It's going to come their way, though. Cook. Straight.
Good hit there by Stewie.
That's Stewie Nutt, who met him and met him well.
Arms out.
Yeah, he didn't roll away quick enough, you'd think.
You'd have to go points here.
Not attempt in the first place and then straight into
I would, just for the breather.
I'm not shaking that. And I'm a big fan of Stewie Nutt, and you know, I do feel for him. He's played a lot of rugby over on the East Coast and is very, very good. And there is occasions when you come from the East Coast into South Australia that you can get penalised for being too good.
Yes.
As it were, we are refereed differently, is how I will say it.
It's the ability.
But on that one,
That was a great leg drive in the tackle. Wasn't it?
yeah,
It was
that's a
just
great
brilliant.
tackle, and he didn't roll away. That is a penalty.
Yep.
I will back Stu Nutt as much as I can, but that time, Stu, you're in the wrong.
Makes a good play, but has to roll away.
Yep. Oh, that rhymes. Have you been like writing these down, getting ready to come into this?
He's been looking at the Dave Webb playbook. What can I talk about? Moments of brilliance on the field. Let me chat.
No, I just love talking about the boys.
And it's a great game. It's a great game. These two sides are physical. They're into each other's face all day.
Well, even seeing where all these boys have come from, you know, like Jack Butler being in the GPS comp, and
That one will go through as well, so they'll push out to 8 points to 0.
Yep.
all the boys playing from East Coast coming back here to South Australia. Ollie Horn playing professionally in Scotland.
Yep.
Seeing them come back here is awesome.
It is boys coming back home. You come back home and play some good rugby and turn on a good spectacle.
Well, it raises the standard here as well, doesn't it?
And I think that's massively important. And the only thing I would say is I would like to see that spread across the teams a little bit more. They do tend to get focused because obviously people want to come back and be successful, so they tend to migrate to the big four. I'd like to see them move around. Cruz again on the flat ball, and Stewie Nutt seems to have taken on himself to take on the big boys. Yeah,
it's a good contest then.
Good tackle by Fareed there.
Butler trying to find a way through, can't quite get there. Sulawaki will try and find a way through, hit. And that's another big hit, and I think that's Stewie Nutt again.
It was Dave Aloamiel. And Stewie, actually, yeah.
They're away again. Wood, can he get the hands away? Can't get away from His Majesty Jack Campion. Satala again has to take it standing. Will try and find a way through. Met by Howlett and stopped just outside the 22. Plummer. Again, they'll look to use Cruz in the midfield, and it's almost doing a tagging job at the moment as Hosegood comes and finishes off. And a penalty, not releasing.
He was isolated.
Certainly, it's a different type of refereeing that we saw. Obviously, the Brighton Burnside game 2 weeks ago. He's letting that ruck breathe a little bit more than he did 2 weeks ago.
Yes, yeah, it is. The advantages, I think, is always a big thing in a game. I reckon we need to have the advantage to keep it flowing rather than whistle, 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 just breaking the game down too much. It doesn't get a flow on for the game.
Give that advantage there for a bit of a breather.
Yeah. So Ollie Horn will take a shot at goal to bring them back to a 5-point difference.
Thanks, Jack. You're so sweet.
Ollie's certainly been a big addition to our club coming back this year. Playing that second playmaking role from 12.
Flags go up, so we are back to 5 points the difference. 20 minutes gone on the Wojtek scoreboard. Probably should say as well that the finals are brought to you by AMA Security this year. Thank you to them for their sponsorship of the final series. So Jenkins will restart for Brighton. Fairly deep kick. Just outside the 22, so they'll have to go. We know Old Collegians don't mind going coast to coast. Horn again. He'll find a little bit of a gap. Can't get away from Jenkins though. Good tackle from Jenkins.
Seatbelt tackle.
Got the advantage for that, and Nutt manages to get away. Trying desperately to find the back of a defender to kick it into. Ripped out in the tackle, so you think they'll come back.
Just for a high tackle?
Yeah, it's the seatbelt. And it's the hard one when someone's running away from you.
Yep.
Trying to get, I mean, don't listen to me. I never really know what I was doing with tackling.
A few years ago, that might not have been penalised.
No, yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't think it's as bad as the front-on high tackle, but
No. I sort of struggle with the seatbelt tackle. If it's but anything above the shoulder is a high tackle. So
player safety at the forefront.
Player safety is probably what it was the reason what it was brought in for.
Don't throw the ball away.
Sadler again to Litchfield, not now in midfield. He'll fire it out to Rockaborough. Rockaborough looks back inside and will find Fareed. Sadler, Litchfield again. Flat ball to Hosegood. Met by 2 and met well by Jaden Phillips. Sadler again will go quickly. Inside ball to Horn. No quarter asked, no quarter given at the moment in midfield. Mann across the 10-metre line. Just manages to shake away through a couple, and Logan Brown finally will get him. Litchfield again. Aloamiel. Oh, he saw a 5'8" in front of him. Lowered his shoulder. Hosegood. Big shot again in midfield. Mann takes on Jenkins. Almost had the opportunity to offload. Rockaborough inside ball to Horn. Horn trying to find a way through. They find their way up to the 22. Counter ruck is good from Brighton. And the turnover. Outside the 22, so they can't find touch.
Ooh.
Kicks it into the back of his own player. Penalty for offside. Just stopping for an injury. It's Ali Wood who's down on the knee.
I called it. I called it. Enough.
I think Mr. Jackson's had enough already of questioning his calls.
Yeah.
You always know where you stand with Snoop, though.
Well, yeah.
I got 16-16. Sorry, we had a short stoppage.
So Ali Wood back up. Must have been just a bit of a stinger to the shoulder.
Yeah.
24 gone. Yep, I've got 16-16 to go.
So 16 minutes to go. That's nice that we can hear him, and he tells us that.
It
Yeah.
is actually. So a minute more than's on the clock.
Tight contest so far.
Oh, there's nothing in it, is there?
Those midfield battles, those big hits coming from both sides.
I mean, it's a big ask to keep that going for 80 minutes, though, isn't it?
The fatigue will come in the second half.
Premier grade, come on. They're the athletes of SA Rugby. This is the top level. These guys know what they're doing. Their fatigue management's there. Although the sun today might be zapping a bit out of most of them.
Good line-up. Collier had to pluck it out the sky, which he does. Plummer having to go backwards. Big loopy one over the top!
Stewie Nutt.
Stewie Nutt says thank you very much. And we'll go in under the posts. 25 minutes gone and they will go all square.
You could just see Plummer loading up that ball and Stewie running from deep.
He saw that pass coming from a mile away.
Was it Plummer that threw it?
It was Plummer that threw it, and it kind of came from just a missed target from the top of the lineup.
Yeah, Travie got turned inside out and had to dig that ball deep, and then there was some confusion around the 10 line and 10 channels.
Sent
and
Plummer backwards, and then Plummer
just Hail Married it.
Yeah, because he had to take a step. It allowed Old Collegians to start making a move, and they were up in his face and shut everything down. And I imagine he's still sat down, Mr. Wosley, as Ollie Horn will knock over the extras. But it's one of those that as soon as Plummer let it go, your heart was in your mouth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They could see Stewie lining up from deep.
Head in the hand, that was an intercept from the moment it left his hands. Yeah, that was well looped.
And then he's hit it at full pelt.
Yep.
And it, even Tulawaki couldn't get to him.
That's class there. Like, just from how deep he
that
came.
Just landed nicely between Nathan Satala and Cruz, and just was a peach of a ball.
Jenkins again with a high ball, and Rockaborough will sit underneath it this time and left-footed send it away.
Played for safety.
Yeah, and again, this is where you start to see the maturity of the players who've played at a high level start to come in.
It's just trusting their process and stuff as well at this stage.
Process is a big word.
You keep to your game plan, regardless of what's coming at you.
Collier to Plummer to Jenkins, out to Cruz again, and there we see Cruz's babysitter. Stuart Nutt is there yet again. Brown this time takes on Aloe Emile and is met and finished off by Hosegood again. Cook to Phillips, a little bit flat-footed, but manages to turn around the corner, take on Dawes and take Dawes with him.
Great leg drive.
Good run from Jaden Phillips. Plummer, that's easier for him than Butler, and then Cruz again. Horn tries to deal with Cruz, then Nakarawa again. Steps out of a tackle, Fleetwood Piper has to come over. Magical ball out the back. Rockaborough got hands on, but the Armies, there was no release from Rockaborough. Plummer, they've got numbers, it's got to go. Cook, Phillips, Tulawaki steps into touch.
We'll come back for the penalty. Yeah, the ball was a bit slow there by Brighton.
Rockaborough is
across the back line.
Asking the assistant referee.
High tackle.
We've got high tackle over here. So he steps
Not
out
that
of
one.
that one. Not that one. Oh, so is it on Jenkins? Is it going to be the seatbelt again?
Yep. Arm up over the shoulder.
Free.
Oh.
It's a bit of a...
It's a bit harsh, that one, but it's
Technically correct.
you can't touch above the shoulder. You can't come down over the shoulder. It's one of the laws that's frustrating for most players, I would have thought, on both sides.
I got to set it though,
Okay,
right?
so Richard Wasley has gone to the green book here. Satal has gone into 8. Cruz has gone into first receiver.
Look out.
Now, do they focus on Cruz and you've got Ferguson out the back?
I'd have to say it's be a hit up from Cruzy, I reckon.
I mean,
Satala to Cruz.
Nick Litchfield at this point is thinking, oh my lord.
Who am I picking on?
He's got Carl on his inside.
Yeah, this is the point that I'd be talking to Carl and going, you have first receiver, I'll take 2. So it's a good platform. Yep, it is as we thought.
Nick did well there.
Yeah, the 2 of them managed to get him one low, one high.
It's the
Out
only
they go
way to
again.
do it.
Butler, what can Butler do? Butler will step back inside. Horner's done enough, drags him down by the 5 metre line. Horner's out
penalty.
again. Not releasing.
Another scrum.
It's gone the scrum, not the
midfield
points.
scrum.
Oh, the big blind side.
Centre field.
Well, this is one that got Old Coles 2 weeks ago.
It did.
And McDonough got caught inside. And as we've seen again, they've moved McDonough inside, and Rockaborough is taking the responsibility for the outside. Now they're leaving Plummer has come back this side, so
There's movement left, right, and centre. It's like an NFL match.
well, Sadler is kind of hedging bets here.
He's hoping it's going open.
Well, he's trying to cover both.
Satala
Pick
off
up
the
from
back.
Satala! And if you look up confusion in the dictionary, you will see that Old Coles defensive line. But they had no idea, Steph.
That for me was your classic. We've stacked it up out at first receiver, and it was easy pick and go around to the blind side from number 8.
There was so many threats. That was the problem. You had Cruz on the right-hand side, and then you had
with
Plummer
Joel in
and
his
Ferguson.
pocket.
And they did everything they could to cover off all of the threats and forgot about Satala.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, I think they're trying to draw in with us looking at, Cruz at first receiver.
So there's already...
It's a massive threat, though. When you've got a bloke that size,
You have to kind of pick and choose.
you've got to pick someone.
Yeah, and I think they just ran out of options as Plummer will knock that one over, and
From right out in front, and what have we got? 9 minutes? on the clock?
13 points to 10, and well, there or thereabouts. We do play time on when we get to Premier Grade.
So yeah, it was a nice pick and go from the back from Satala there.
Well, this whole drive down started from Pitta, breaking through here. Bit of momentum shift towards Brighton's way, I'd say, at the moment.
Well, I think it's tit for tat at the minute.
Yeah, I don't think
Whoever's got the ball is a
Whoever's
threat.
got the
Let's
ball,
go with that. It's
Plummer will take, and he's met by Nutt. Collier will send it out the back, and just a little bit excited, but Satala does well enough. We'll find Rockaborough. Rockaborough in front of Tulawaki will find a gap, manages to step through, just throws it behind Faree. It's tidied up.
Still in.
It's Timmy Dawes in the right place at the right time. Say that a lot about Timmy Dawes, so you start to think it's not a mistake. Litchfield. Good hands from Campion. Man,
met by
not
Pitta.
much on this near side. Sadler is looking at everything. Oh, he's off the line.
Left a big hole though.
He's left a huge hole.
Faree's open.
Faree.
Oh.
Rockaborough just did the pass, didn't go to hand, and it's going to find its way into touch. And saw Cruz waiting for that.
I think the boys just started getting a bit excitable there. Look at that off the line.
I tell you what, if that pass wasn't as accurate and as quick as it was, he may well have killed that ball receiver.
Yes.
So Phillips has to hit a target, does hit a target, better. Not straight.
Not straight.
I think Old Collegians might be getting a little bit chatty with Mr. Jackson, and his patience is running out.
Yeah, look, I think, you know, the relationship this year probably hasn't been the best as it was in past years, but, you know, certainly I think
most of the referees this year aren't tolerating being spoken to by anybody except for captains.
And it's rightly so,
It is. They have a hard enough job being refereed by 30 players out there anyway.
Yeah. And it's also, you know, a tactic, right? You know, you get on the referee's side.
Or you get a referee offside and look out.
Exactly.
No, I'm happy.
Oh, well met
ball
by
again
Robbie.
for Rockerborough. McDonough will try and find a way through. Gets to the 22. Trying to find a way through.
Oh, lovely ball and all tackle. Same timing for Jaden Phillips.
Good timing there.
Penalty.
Just leaving
So
the feet.
5 points the difference. 5 minutes on the clock.
Do you think points here?
6 minutes on the clock, but we know that there's a little bit of extra, but yes, there's certainly plenty of time to go points.
Pointing at the sticks.
Yes, sorry.
And that's probably just a credit now, taking the points, Brighton's defence. But to stay within touch, take it back to a 2-point game.
I mean, I think you're right. You're saying that Brighton had momentum, and then Old Collegians. I think it is literally whoever has the ball at the time.
Yeah.
Whoever's got the ball at the minute is dictating what's happening in the game.
As strange as this may sound, it's a very, very defensive game, because
It is.
if you're not playing A1 defence at the moment,
You're getting scored
you're
against.
getting scored on.
Yep.
We've seen Brighton go out wide, and that's where they find the space mainly. Whereas, you know, space, there's barely any space right in the middle there.
I think that's the nature of Brighton's attack. They'll look to get width,
For Joe.
attack around the outside, stretch the defence, and if it shuts down on the outside, then they're coming back quickly into the centres.
Yeah, so we're back to
2-point game.
2 point the difference, and striking it well today, Ollie
That ball
Horn.
is still climbing as it's going through the
striking
trees.
it very, very well.
I think we'd be looking to see a big impact from the subs next half.
I think those
Well,
Eddie
yeah,
subs are going to be happy for it.
He's given
Yeah,
knock on.
Little knock forward there on the tape. I think sun and ball and tripped over a clump of grass.
It's not what he would have wanted.
Not his
Well,
finest moment.
It's interesting actually, because you know we look at it from up here, and I did wonder. We had a huge amount of rain in South Australia this week.
We did.
And I did wonder whether it would soften up this pitch somewhat, but I spoke to Bree Nathan, who played on it this morning, and she said it is hard, and there are patches of it that are harder, super hard.
The top surface actually isn't too bad. There's a little bit of give in it, but it is a solid, fast surface.
And then she said that
The bare patches,
you can't really see them on the screen, but there's little clumps of grass, which are just catching your feet. Away again, takes it on the half volley and is met.
Like for Reed.
Does well. Horn trying to get hands on, can't beat the clean up.
There's a good clean out by Brighton there.
Yeah, Collier to Satala to Cook.
Oh,
They pulled it out the back to nobody.
Oh,
and
somebody.
Stewart not had a swing of the right foot at it.
That was gone for all money.
Nakarawa tries to find a gap. Runs across, can't quite find one. Met by Horn. Cruz. This time will take on Gary Mann. Collier. Nakarawa will find his way into midfield. Satala steps back inside. Hosegood almost got him. He manages to slip away from free. Then looks inside. Collier can go again. Tulawaki. Don't give him half a gap. Collier again. Cruz. Litchfield goes up and early. Cook forced to go and get it. Nakarawa, and there's a little knock on, but they're going to come back into midfield.
Please help.
Going a long way back.
Number 1.
Another penalty to Brighton.
Offside.
Number 1 offside. Call from Snoop Jackson.
Did you get points with the time left, or?
For me, they'll probably punch it into the corner.
Yeah, the only Northern Hemisphere person in this commentary position will say I would have taken the points.
Nah.
But
Brighton are going to back their line out. You'd probably see it down and dry from here.
well, I tell you what I've been impressed with today. In both the games I've seen, the sacking of a line out has been absolutely spot on today.
There has been some massive stops in the line outs. Oh, short line out.
Yeah,
Cruising a halfback.
4. I mean, you would take a 5-man maul though from here, wouldn't you?
I'd be looking cruise around the blind side.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know whether Timmy Dawes will want to get bitten with that twice.
Got to win the line out first, though.
Yeah, pop off the...
Nope, they've gone the 5-man maul. Here they come.
Would have got 12 in there now.
Come from everywhere.
Penalty. Advantage.
They all want it. Nakarawa wants to go. Collier wants to go.
Don't argue over it, boys. Give it to someone.
They do the same again, wouldn't they?
Pulling it down.
I'd probably go for a scrum here.
Yeah, they got that maul, so they got that maul formed very, very quickly.
Yep, into the corner again. 5-metre line out.
So same thing. Will they go reduced line out again?
Yep.
They're doing it again. And
Exact same line out.
they get that 5-man maul formed very, very quickly. I didn't think it had moved before everybody came in last time. So here they come again. They've got to wait.
No, it's moved off the mark.
Here they all come. Again, Phillips has got hands on. Nakarawa at the back.
On the line. This is
Trying to find a way. Nakarawa does get over the line. Can he get down? Yes, he can. You couldn't get 2 more different tries for Nakarawa.
Maul's always hard to stop once it gets going.
That'd be the play from about page 17 on Richard Wasley's playbook. He comes out with his notebook, his little exercise book every Thursday. I've got a new play.
I'm just trying to quickly count how many's in there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,
there was only about
12. There's
there
12
was 3
of them
out.
in there. So it's 3 out. Oh, no, there comes number 13. Just
7 halfbacks.
Yes.
And it's hard because
It's hard to stop, isn't it?
Yeah, our backs are all out wide. They got that
Yep.
more man pushing over.
I'm pretty sure if they'd seen the backs coming in, the ball would have been spread. It's just one of those things.
Smart play here, smart play.
so Plummer, and this kick is important because it pushes it out to a 2-score game.
2-score game, yes.
So it's very, very important, this kick.
Takes it out to a 9-pointer.
Yeah, last time these two teams played, the kicking boots weren't on for either side.
No, but yes, it's very, very true. And
I think Joel's done about 40,000 hours since then. That's why there's all those bare patches out there.
He's generally very reliable though.
Oh, like a pendulum, isn't he? Clockwork. Same process, day in, day out. Head down, follow through.
he gets it, and it is
Lovely
a
kick,
2-score
gets
game. And that is half time. So what are we, 22 points to 13 as we hit half time. It has been a very, very interesting half. It's just been like we've said, whoever has the ball has had the ball.
Has had the ball.
Has
They've been
had
in
the
charge.
momentum, and they've been in charge. Yes,
They have been in charge. They've been dictating play. Whoever has the ball, and your defence has to be spot on for either side, doesn't it? Or else you're going to get scored inside, outside. Throw a sloppy pass, and there's a set of hands from the opposition waiting for it.
Yeah, and it's been the way. It's the way it's gone. I mean, Old Collegians are coming off, and they look kind of downhearted as they try and find themselves a little bit of shape. They're trying to get themselves up for this, and just haven't been able to.
Yeah.
Then we'll just take a short break, and I think what we'll do is we'll come back to Maddie, who's going to try and get hold of. So I know she's got him now. She's managed to get hold of Nathan Satala. So Maddie is down with Nathan Satala. She'll just have a chat with him about how they're going. So Maddie, if you've got him, we'll go to you now.
Cool. So you're up at half time. What do you think? You've got the momentum. How are you going to build on that in the second half?
think we've just got to be relentless. Most of the points that College have got today is just purely from our mistakes. So if we just tighten up our game and start going a lot wider than we are, I think, we'll end up coming out with the gifts.
It's been a hard-fought game so far. How has fatigue and the weather affected you?
Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's a lot hotter than we're usually playing final series. So yeah, the sun's really taken effect.
Thank you for joining me and good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Maddie. And yeah, so we will take a break. We'll come back. We just need to reset for half number 2. Thank you very much. We'll speak to you soon. So welcome back. We're about to kick off again. Josh Jenkins will be restarting. They're now going to the right of the screen. And again, they'll drive it deep and into that sunlight, and Fleetwood Piper will take it. No backward step from Kyle.
Good drive there.
Oh, it's stolen though. I think as Logan Brown has picked his pocket. Collier is asking for it. Wood to Cruz. Alawamil will meet him this time. Cook. That's strongly again. Little pick and go. Collier will find Cruz again, and he has options, and one of the options is to pull it out the back to Plummer, who basically had his options taken away from him. Nott has got hands on. Advantage for a knock on. And Alawamil is down, and the trainer's going to go out to him.
Yep.
See, I think it's these 1%ers that are making the difference, you know.
Good red.
Knock on from the kickoff before. Shouldn't have the rip straight up from a kickoff again either. It's really giving Brighton the momentum.
Yeah, and he's never going to take a backward step, is Fleetwood Piper.
No, he's always on the attack, isn't he?
So Sadler and Litchfield is the halfback combination. I know that Max Monfries is down there because probably really is a day that you're going to see the halfbacks change.
Certainly will. Obviously, we saw Sam Evans in the second grade. Nicky's been playing well for us, so he gets a nod up.
Howlett, all on his own a little bit, and almost got it away.
It's dangerous here.
Yeah, Nakarawa will send it out the back. Tulawaki will have to go back and get it. Trying to get away from McDonough, and does get away. That's just pure speed. Can't find a way through. Nott manages to get hold of him with the help
that pace off
of Siegfried. Alawamil with the counter rock, and it's a good counter rock. Penalty. Side entry.
Ooh, and a chat.
But did the chat come from the field or the sideline?
Yeah, no, it must have been on field.
Have they been blowing for the sideline, or?
I think there's a warning earlier on in the game to the sideline just to mind their comments. Yeah, bench again.
Yeah, it is bench.
It is a bench.
No, you can't. They should know.
Can't say tell your bench to be quiet and then say no, you can't.
Time is back on.
So it's a penalty, and it's a cheap 10 metres.
Shouldn't be giving that away.
No, should know better sitting in the box. But it's frustrating when you're sitting on the sideline as well.
It is frustrating, it is.
You think you're allowed to have a comment. Piet's not looking that happy with the
He's
down
not,
there, is
but
he?
I
He's
don't
very
know whether
animated.
He is animated. I don't know whether he's unhappy at the decision or whether he's unhappy with his bench for.
I think he's probably unhappy at the decision.
I'd say no, but no,
I don't know whether he's unhappy with the bench for losing the 10 metres.
It's hard to say, actually. He seemed a little vein in the side of his head subsided a fraction, but he still doesn't look happy.
I certainly wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Piet.
No, it still runs like a sledgehammer.
He's certainly annoyed at the cheap penalty being given away.
Yeah.
Something like that's just demoralising for the whole team as well.
Well, they've got to get out of their own heads. A little bit early from Brighton.
Got to take the hit though.
I thought we were almost going to get a little insight into the front row with the conversation there. And I think David Allo-Amil saw the microphone and pulled out of it.
Yeah. Don't talk to the fluff on Snoop's chest. No, he was saying that he's coming straight in and they're not, and pushing before the ball's even presented. And then Snoop's also saying that they're not actually taking the weight on the hit.
It's a good scrum again from Brighton. Cruz will come to this near side. Will find Collier.
Bundled into
Collier
touch.
is met.
Good hit by McDonough.
Liam McDonough, I tell you what, from a defensive point of view, I don't want him to, please don't take this the wrong way, Liam, but I've not really seen him do a huge amount offensively, but defensively he's one of the best.
Defensively, we know we can count on him. And he's had his moments on offense as well, but he's certainly known for his big hits.
Not trying to find a way through, can't quite. Sadler will send it out the back to Horn, and Horn will put the right boot through it, but he's going to find the dangerous Tulawaki, and it's gone backwards. Horn misses him.
Got to get him.
Faree got him eventually.
It's be a turnover ball here.
Not rolling away. And yeah, it was. And these are the ones that have got to change, Ben. That, you know, they're the ones you've got to change them.
Silly ones certainly. Like,
College has just got to start being more clinical around the breakdown.
the word from the huddle at halftime was that the boys need to slow it down. They're a bit too excited, a bit too, everywhere, and just think a bit.
No, 12 rolled straight into
Fatigue's definitely having an impact on the game.
So Brighton will have another line out, and Old Coles seem to be.
that way rather than sideways.
Old Coles is still
Come on, please, Blake.
talking to Mr. Jackson, and like I said, they need to get out of their own heads, but they've been let off the hook a couple of times by Brighton just not being clinical themselves going forward. And they've stolen one. Penalty. Penalty for closing the gap. You just got it. When your back's against the wall and that penalty count starts to mount up, you've really got to bite your tongue.
You do have to bite your tongue, and you've got to be clinical with your processes.
Talking is not going to help him now.
No,
because it's only going to go the other way for them.
Although it's only going to take one moment with ball in hand for College for them to switch back into their headsets and get back onto their game focus, and Brighton will be well aware of that.
Been camped in here for this half so far.
Oh, Cruz. This time he does get over the top of Litchfield. This time he does get over the line.
That's just bulldozer running.
Just bulldozer.
Not a lot you can do from there. I mean,
they both went low on him and got bounced for their troubles.
And a little bit of afters as well, I think. Just a little bit of friendly chat. Yeah, Litchfield, who's done well against Cruz. That time he had no chance.
It's unfortunate. Bigger body.
Just huge.
Oh, it's just a massive man.
So,
I don't have an issue. Just stay out of the middle.
So big discussions between Jack Campion and Snoop Jackson.
There's questions as to whether he dropped it over the line. I don't think it's absolutely fine.
It was slammed on the ground.
I mean, yeah.
There's still a dent down there.
You'd get a free drop if that was golf. It's certainly broken the surface.
Fittest water boy in the world, Reece Fishwick.
Fittest water boy in the state.
Had to drop that in.
We're likely to see some front row changes, you would think, wouldn't you? As
I'm not sure.
Plummer sends that over. And
I'm not sure about that, Dave. Depending what the scoreline does.
We'll put this to bed right now.
Yeah,
it's fine.
They're going to need a new ball. That's flat.
Yeah.
that ball is lacking air from now on. It's got a flat spot.
There's a lovely moment, and we hopefully will get to see it again. There's a lovely knowing grin on the face of Jack Cook. That one goes backwards. It's done well, and Cruz again gets to have a little go. This time Litchfield fares a little better.
Still attracts 3 tacklers though.
Yeah, it's a big weapon to have. Now they will go out to Jenkins. Jenkins will find Nakarawa. Then Butler. Butler tries to work through the gears, does work through the gears. Will sit Rockaborough down and still going. Rockaborough comes back for a second bite and gets there. Plummer. Cook. Wood.
Brighton certainly have the momentum now.
Yeah, it's certainly swung a long way towards the yellow and black, and Phillips again. Now he's getting rangy on that outside.
Yeah, they're playing with a bit of wind in their tail, aren't they?
Yeah. Plummer to Jenkins again, and they've got numbers here. Satala decides to straighten, and again he just manages to get away. Well, the arms come out.
Arms up.
So Snoop's gonna, the flag's out.
Little foot on touch.
No, it's out. And I think there was just something with Nakarawa throwing as Alawamil goes for the ball. He kind of pushes him, sticks the leg out and pushes him.
So Pitta went for a little dab through with the foot, was what I saw, and
Like
I don't know what the flag's out for.
Well, we'll see whether we can hear. I think we'll.
I don't know what the call is. Please.
We'll just step out and see whether we can hear.
I didn't see anything. What happened? So.
Okay, so the ball's coming forward.
Yeah.
6 black come in. Put his leg around the red player. Go out and put his still arms with it. Just put his leg around your thigh. So that's how they got the advantage to go forward.
Okay.
So recommendation is a penalty against black.
Yep.
Blue. And maybe a stiff talking to red. 6 black.
Yep. And you've got the mark. 6 black.
Yeah. So we've talked about him skating on thin ice. It was a bit messy.
It was a hack at the ball.
It was a bit of a hack.
And I'm not sure if it was
6
dangerous.
Black. Wrapped his legs around a player, which has given you guys the advantage to run down the sideline and potentially score.
Oh,
right?
it was after the fact. So it was the
Do not.
Wasn't even the
ball's,
kick.
No.
ball's gone through, and then
so it's afterwards.
and he's done the anaconda.
Okay, so it's a touch judge's report. Okay, which means that it's right. Okay, he's wrapped his legs. He's infringed on the player. Be careful because it can be a yellow card. Okay. That's it. Away you go, please.
All apologetic.
Yep.
On a warning.
Time's back on.
That's Alistair Walton down on this near side. We see the grounding again, and absolutely no problem with the grounding. I'm really intrigued as to why there was a little bit of afters on it. I don't know whether we've got anything, but there was a little bit of afters. As Lockerborough actually takes the bumper off for Holden.
Bumper came off.
Oops.
So they're going to look at the middle again. Oh, we had a couple of
double
bites
take.
at it. I was good, but got it.
College needs some good face plays
Litchfield out the back to Horn. Horn decides to put it on the boot.
here. Get in there.
That's a great kick.
Yeah,
Good
it's a
kick.
really good kick, because I tell you what, you don't want Satala counter-attacking. The man seems to be made of Vaseline. I've never seen anybody actually manage to make a first-up tackle on him.
He doesn't look that big either from
No.
here. But
He's elusive in his running, is what it is. He floats
Speed touch.
and doesn't look like he's got pace on him. And then his foot touches the ground and he accelerates. It's a horrible thing to try and defend against.
very agile.
Seems to know exactly what everything is in space.
Oh, great take.
Off the back, Collier to Plummer.
Pitch 5 offside.
Plummer is just going to go to Cruz again.
With the advantage call there.
Yeah. Oh, Cruz again will go. Siegfried tried to get him, but that's as good as a kick. Plummer. Butler, Nakarawa. Trying to find a way outside, then decides to come back inside. Fleetwood Piper tried to counter-hook, and Tulawaki, good strength from the young man. And Plummer then just drops it cold.
You're on the edge. Offside.
Yeah, like you said before, Dave, the college, we need to get out of our heads.
Yep,
Seems
because
like it's a bit-
even now,
Goal five.
the noise that comes from the Collegian sideline, it's not helping.
No, not
It's
at
not.
all.
It's not impacting on the players'
Players just
spirit, I think.
No, not positively.
No.
look a bit lackluster out there at the moment. It's time to get up again.
Although that last kick was a great kick, it's still not ball in hand, creating positivity for
You
the
went
for the
offside.
team.
Just right on the edge.
We certainly have the talent to create something.
Sure.
Bind. Set.
Well, it's still on a knife edge.
Still close.
14 points the difference, so still there. McDonough, we said he didn't see much of him attacking, and there he goes,
Oh, good
out the
one.
back. Faree then sends it on to Horn.
Ah, forward.
16 points or 14 points? We've got two different scores.
We always get that here, don't we? Mm-hmm. We'll go with ours
Let's go.
for now. Where's the forward?
There.
That one?
Yeah. Yeah, it was that last pass was forward.
Ish? Forward-ish?
Marginal, I'd say.
Very marginal.
I would have always
very
called. I always
marginal.
call those ones marginal. It really had zero impact on the play, so
Dave, just to confirm, it is 29-13.
Oh, we got to confirm it. Maddie just coming in, 29-13 from the officials, so there we go.
Straight out attack from the 22. Jenkins taking it up, out to Cook. Met hard behind the gain line. Ethan Yulee making a good leg drive.
Through again, and
Straight on the ground, Red.
there's a danger, I think, of Old Collegians losing this themselves here, but Brighton just clinical as per. Faree actually got Satala. Slow to get away, Faree. Yulee, oh, got his hands free, couldn't quite get the ball away.
That would have been terrible if it had.
Another advantage.
Yeah, I think it's an advantage knock on. Nakarawa trying to find a way through. Tulawaki can't get away from Litchfield. Litchfield did very, very well. Plummer takes it on the bounce, and then said it before, and we'll go knock on, knock on. Said it before, they're being let off the hook, Ben.
I think it's just sweaty hands on balls at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
They certainly are. It's those 1%ers, like we said before. You know, even in the first stuff when they missed that tackle on Joel Plummer, it's a game changer.
Leave it alone, please.
Yeah.
Brighton's going to the bench. Reece Fishwick handing in his card.
Bind. Set.
We're going slightly backwards now. Sadler will give it to Horn. Horn, that one looked forward for mine, but Fleetwood Piper still going. Can't get away, gets it inside to Sadler. Sadler brought down. Fleetwood Piper and Rockaborough have to go and dig for it. Good counter ruck. Probably what it was, a penalty to Old Coles. I was about to say they probably deserve that because that one looked forward for mine. Rockaborough decides to go inside the 5. They're going to come back, they're not going to let him go with that.
Wasn't on the mark.
We'd have to do something with this right now. I think it's important that we get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, just while we have a little bit of room to breathe. I actually sent Maddie down into the belly of the Old Collegians beast down there. She's been listening to the sideline. Maddie, what's the feeling down there on that Old Coles bench?
Oh, they're a bit fired up at the moment. There's a lot of calls not going their way. That's pretty much the feel at the moment. But yeah, they're really wanting to lead for the ball, but then again, the umpires' decisions just aren't working in their favour. So at the moment, that's all that I've got, but I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to stay down there, Maddie. Thanks for that. Stay down by that side. I think that's where the action will be. Yeah.
Fishwick on for Cook.
I think the important thing to say, Steph, is they feel that the referee's decisions aren't going their way.
Yeah, well, never ever going to change the mind of a referee, are you? No.
So they went with the lineup. Now they're away again.
Well
Sadler
sacked.
has Stewie not very, very short. He does take a couple, an advantage for high, but they can go. They've got space out this near side. Do they need it?
Is that on the
Look
line?
down for mine. Stew not goes again. Still not down.
Body's under it. Meter out still.
When counter ruck comes now, they'll go on that right side. Alo Emil will look for a way through. Can't quite get there. Sadler. Oh, can he find a way through? Good strength. He's over the line. Does he get it down? No. Held up.
We'll come back for the penalty.
Penalty or scrum?
I'm not sure if he called. Yep.
Penalty.
Come back for the penalty for high tackle.
Offside.
All right.
Offside.
Yes,
He called.
Yep.
He did call a high tackle first, but
Dawes, the old tap move. I want to see the wall. You remember the wall?
the wall. Yeah, it's illegal now though.
Can't do the wall. Were you old enough to remember the wall, Ben?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well, they were good days.
The
You'd
wall,
spend
up
hours.
the jumper.
You would spend hours working on the wall.
I think I've seen it in a Barbarians game before.
Yep,
But,
that's exactly. They still love it. They love the wall, but it puts everybody offside.
bit of niggle there from the two halfbacks.
Shocking.
Halfbacks, standard, like two chihuahuas fighting.
So Sadler will get it at the back. Litchfield again. Short ball to Ferry, and that's crossing again. They're just getting in each other's way in midfield.
I think they're just over trying, aren't they? They're over complicating things.
Yeah, and you know it's there. That's the call. As angry as they are, that's the right call.
Was the right call, yeah.
Yeah, it was just that little infringement there.
Oh, he's missed touch. Where's it going to go? Will knock it backwards. Kind of behind everyone. Then we'll send it to Horn. Horn has to get past Plummer, you think. Then goes inside. Siegfried takes on a couple more yards. He's done well. Nutt has Hosgood, then just flips it over the top to man. Interception, Tulawaki. Anything Nutt can do, he can do better. There was never going to be anybody who was going to catch him.
It's hard to turn around and chase Joey at full stride, isn't it?
We just pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. Pushed it one too many.
Full line up, too much pressure, and Joe strikes.
Yeah, that's just pedestrian for Joe. Any advantage on the ball like that.
He read it like a book. I tell you what, if he doesn't get that, that's a try all Collegians.
It was. He was the last defender out on this near side. Boom, there it goes.
It's certainly demoralising after being on the attack in this half for the boys, but pure class from Joe.
Such an effort, this running style too, isn't it? It's just like, oh, can I borrow a little bit of that?
Well, again, absolutely no question on the gravity.
No. Yeah, little basketball pass over the top, and then
that one's fine, but
it's this little loopy pass there.
It's not even a bad pass, to be honest. It's just read really, really well.
It was a loopy pass, and that's all it was, and it was just floating through there for Joe to pick off. And
I tell you what, pictures speak 1,000 words, and that picture of Stuart Nutt with hands on head, because that one will go through, and Alex Rockaborough prone on the floor as Tulawaki strides away into the distance. Yeah, as much as Ferry wanted to come across, it was
just ran out of grass, didn't he? Yeah.
I mean, ran out of grass. I think he could go all the way to Seacliff and he wouldn't have caught him. I don't think that was the problem.
It's important for College to keep their heads up now.
It is, and we talked about this in the reserve grade game. You can't disappear into your own selves.
A little drop there by Ali Wood.
Gone backwards.
Recovered it. Ethan Ewley making some good yards.
Hands on from Old Coles.
And the turnover.
Good job, Tim Dawes.
Have to go quickly here, yep.
Right place, right time. Stewie Nutt.
Good step by
Steps. Collier gets towards the 5. Support comes. I think there's another one there because Ali Wood's not moving. Sadler again will snipe. Dawes takes on Fishwick. Fishwick has done well. Sadler again is
support with him.
Having a snipe. There's enough there. Nutt will step in at halfback. Lots of numbers on the right-hand side. Nutt decides to just go himself.
Fishwick again down
Imagine
low.
whether they're still playing an advantage for the penalty. Yeah.
They'd have to go quickly again, you'd think.
Well, it's got to be tries now.
Yep.
There's still, well, you say that, there's still 17 minutes to go plus added time. So there's plenty of time, Steph. It feels like we should be in red time. It feels like we should be in red time, but there's still nearly 20 minutes to go.
It's an uphill battle for sure, though.
College start getting through their processes though, and keeping ball in hand and get a bit of go forward rugby. Their confidence will come back up.
We have the players to make something big.
Mate, there's 15 blokes out there in the red and blue that could set this game on fire. So
it's like Dave said, you got to get out of your own head though.
Yep, they're playing against themselves a little bit.
Start of it is to try and get that maul moving, which they do. And again, if it goes down, it's very rare that it goes down legally. But the on up and running, Litchfield out the back to Horn. Horn trying to find a way through. Can he get there? Does he get it down? Yes, he does.
Good try, College.
And if you're going to climb a mountain, you have to take the first step. And that might be it. Just knocked on the door for a while, and it would have been heartbreaking if that was the second time they got over the line. and didn't get the points for it.
Yeah,
Your first
certainly.
analogy for the day, Dave.
I'm glad they
Thank
came
you.
back after Joe's intercept. That's certainly a big momentum shift for them right now.
It was. They nice clean ball off the top of the line out, hands through hands, change of direction for a couple of players, slip off a couple of tackles, and then just a hard leg drive at the line, dots it down.
16 points
He's got to be
deficit.
strong as well, yeah. So
Yeah, that was good, hard, at the line rugby, wasn't it?
it was, and this is, he just wanted it.
Yep. The little arm come out the back there over the line. Great shots.
So Aloe Emile is making his way to the sideline, and Benny Blackall, who played in the reserve grade game, probably played more than he wanted to. I think Brad Killick found himself on his way to hospital to have a look at that, that ankle of his. We
that looked
think it was
horrible.
a dislocation that came back.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when we see those injuries happen. Benny's been doing well to come back from his big ankle injury this year.
He got that in England, didn't he?
He did. In his second game, I think, as well.
Well, Litchfield does well, because you would hear footsteps at that point. Siegfried does very, very well. Yeah, arm comes
not
out
rolling.
again. Not rolling away is starting to become a horrible penalty. Horn fires it out to Rockaborough. Sends it to Fleetwood Piper. Fleetwood Piper sees a gap. He'll just put his head down and go.
Bit of momentum
Litchfield
with
again.
College.
What into Hosegood, who had to, not for the first time today, had to have a couple of bites at it. Man. Short ball to Horn. Oh, forward.
Little forward pass. Oh, come back for the high shot penalty. So Brighton have made other subs. Logan Melville on 23 for Ethan Ewley.
High tackle, guys.
College seem to want it a bit more than they did before.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's certainly been a fire lit underneath them. And good leg again from Rockaborough. So there's a
Quick line out off the top.
they've done that all day, and then Litchfield will give it to Horn. Horn will put it into the corner. Where's the bounce going to go? Because Fleetwood Piper was out of it, but the touchline wins that race.
Keep your some.
And it looks like there's some other changes coming. That's Sam Evans who's going to come on, and that's Max Monfries is going to come on. So is that a complete halfback change, you think? See Bartlett warming up as well.
Shout out to Chipper Bartlett. He asked me for a shout out.
Oh, really? He always asks for a shout out.
Judd Barrett waiting to come on for Brighton. Got a penalty.
In the air, guys.
Yeah, when we look at
Bring
the
a
halves
player in
pairing,
there.
certainly Sam and Nick have a completely different game.
Judge, call.
With Sam coming from the Northern Hemisphere. Loves to kick.
Leave him alone if you don't
Very
win the ball.
tactical in how he plays, where Nick's more play on the line.
Yeah.
Right, he's not
Dave
going for the ball, he's just
will buy
playing
into the Northern Hemisphere kicking game, but
Love the Northern Hemisphere kicking game.
I think it's a waste of time.
Oh, we won a World Cup with it.
Oh, I play good.
That's how South Africa won a World Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I think we were on the receiving end of 5
is
of those drop goals.
there is a time for kicking.
There is. Test match rugby.
And
It's when
rugby,
games
and
are close.
rugby's not it.
Very good. So here is that change.
We're making the substitutions now. Yep.
Yeah. So it is Sadler and it is Litchfield. It is a change completely at halfback.
See if they can bring some energy out.
Time's still.
I like Sam Evans as a player. Max Monfries has looked really good as well when I've seen him as well.
Black 16.
Black 16, so Cruz is being subbed
Black 16.
for Nick Simpson.
Oh no, Cruz is saying, "No, I'm not coming." No,
He's got to come.
I've not
subs
seen
been
that.
made. No, hang on.
I've not seen that.
No,
Cruz
time,
has sent
still
him
got
back.
time
Next play.
on. 16 black.
No, he's got to go.
Got to go. Refs
I thought
called
we were
it.
going to have a
Standoff.
It was I told you this story before and you didn't know it then. The Chelsea goalkeeper refused to come off.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who
was it?
did it last time? Who refused to come off last time?
Thanks, Holstead. Happiness.
Or was it one of the girls? I think it was one of
Oh,
the
that
girls.
was one of the
wasn't it?
girls, wasn't it? Yeah, it was one of the girls. Well, we did 3 in a row last time, so
It's easy to forget.
especially at your age.
Stolen.
It's just untidy off the top.
Yeah, just. I thought they pushed it a little bit too hard as well. So Monfries to Evans, first time. Horn, oh, again, a little bit of man and ball.
Brighton rushing up well.
Simpson managed to get up there. Horn
Good
trying to
ball by
find a
Horn.
way through, and it's just head down, bum up for Ollie Horn at the moment. Siegfried.
Running straight through
Siegfried
Siegfried.
away! Hasatala, lots of yellow and black jerseys. He's
Needs
got
support,
to try
needs
and
support
work.
now.
He worked really well. Well done, Siegfried. Oh,
Head right to the ball. Satala.
Old Collegians
It was the
bench
double place.
explodes. Oh, he's got the shoulder coming into the rock.
6 red.
6 red. That's Gary Mann.
Just you understand their frustration after such a big play, but
Yeah.
he did have rights to the ball.
It's the first one we had on the roof today,
Yeah, but it'll come back down because we've got our camera operators up there.
or it'll be on Brighton Road. Subs again. We've got
So Bartlett's going to come on.
Ali Woodoff and Judd Barrett on.
So that's a completely different second row to what we're used to for Brighton.
Yeah, very much so.
And the old Collegians ground marshal is having to work really, really hard down away to our left.
Rob is earning his coin today.
Rob Costanza, the Prime Minister.
Time on.
The president of Old Collegians really working hard. Collier
line
sends it into midfield. Oh, stands Tremaine Butler up a little bit. Collier again. Jenkins to Phillips. Phillips on the outside.
here.
Brown just dropped. They're playing advantage.
Snoop about to blow the whistle just as Liam picked it up.
On a box kick from Monfries. Where's the bounce? How's the bounce? Satala goes back for it. And again, just his spatial awareness is unbelievable from Satala. And he's carried it out to the 22. Phillips again.
Nick
Simpson! Can't get away from Fareed. Throws it. Hopefully.
Logan Melville.
Melville. He's hit in midfield.
No red.
Bartlett tried to get hands on, didn't get there. Well, the quick line from Rockaborough has opened them up somewhat.
Forward pass.
Forward again.
Yeah, it was just a forced pass. Didn't need to be made then.
Well,
Should
it's
have drawn
all
the
got
player.
very breathless, and you think Old Collegians now have to let the horses off, don't they?
Yeah, we've got to go all out now. Subs come on.
Yeah.
Fresh legs. Chris Bartlett, obviously a regular starter for first grade, had an injury earlier this year, playing second grade now, but always a big impact
Yeah,
on
so
him.
that's Henry not replacing Nick Howlett.
Hold time.
I think this is where fatigue is setting in right now for both sides.
You look at the players that are coming off, just the look on their face of, yes, I still want to be out there, but hell, I'm hurting.
It does look like it's like a pre-season game, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's a pre-season game with so much more on it.
Line. Set.
Do you want your first action to be hooking? Good
scrum.
scrum. Evans. Flat ball again to Rockaborough.
Good long ball there.
Yeah, looked at his options, didn't like them.
Ball was well and truly out.
College bench erupting again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
And
a little knock on there.
I do wonder whether
Pettit coming
Nagaralo, did he go through the gate?
No.
He did.
you thought about it, didn't
No, I
you?
didn't.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I saw the arm come out and then it went Brighton side. I think
That's the wrong way.
I thought that would be for coming in the side. But no.
Understandably a bit of frustration, but
Although the ball was out.
yeah, the ball was
So-
out. Oh, either way, yeah.
Yeah, so if the ball out, is there a gate?
Well, there has to be a ruck for there to be a gate. So
So the ball had cleared the ruck though.
big scrum from Old
College.
Collegians, but Collier managed to get it away, and
Oh,
Plummer
that's a bit
sends
big.
it away, and
That is
got
massively
a
on the
little
full.
bit too much. And I tell you what, that scrum was damaging.
The boys are, the Brighton boys are all,
Well, one of them was Simpson, who should be fresh,
oh, he's probably played a full game for second grade.
and then had to travel from Wilfred Taylor Reserve.
Correct.
So, okay, I mean, it's thrown up some interesting stuff today in the fixturing. And
Fatigue management is a massive.
COVID-19 has thrown a spanner in a lot of works this year.
Well, it's created issues for every club.
Careful. Careful.
Gee, it's just good to have rugby back, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
We were the first state
in the world.
in Australia to bring it back, but okay,
In the world.
We'll
Let's
go in the world.
Because everyone else was still shut
Max
down.
front freeze. Will find Nut. Nut has to show and go because there's a knot. The arm has
High
come
tackle
out.
there, Logan
High
Melville,
tackle.
fraction high.
And I think because of the second whistle, he's going to talk to somebody.
I've blown time. No, it won't be a yellow, not for them. 5. It's your penalty, and you nearly lost it because again, you dropped in with a shoulder. Please use your arm. Right? I'm going to let you have this penalty. Do not do it again.
So he's got an issue with the clean out.
We've got players coming in leading with the shoulder.
Not rolling away.
No arms involved, which is, for me, is illegal. So Brighton's got 3 players
over here.
on the sideline ready to come on at the next breakdown.
Yeah, we've
Thank
got
you.
Connor McCarty, we've got Cam Field and Kai Wilson. So that'll be a front row change, halfback, and I'm not sure where Cam will go.
Well, they've been sent back, I think, because of the line out. You don't want to make changes with the line out 5 meters, 7 meters out, do
Can
you?
you watch the front, please?
Yeah. So this is a must-win ball for College.
I mean, it's driving more the ball.
Gone deep.
Good line out there.
Yeah. Oh, they've come off the side with Housegood. Housegood will give it to Campion. Campion trying to find a way through. Now they'll come this near side. Man just head down and tries to run over the top of Collier. Siegfried. Up very, very quick, that Brighton line. Evans.
Oh, good ball
Whoa.
there.
Faree
Oh, lovely
gets
round
it
the corner
away to
ball.
McDonough. McDonough tries to duck his way through. It's going to come back Old Collegians' way again. Little kick from Evans. Whoa.
Too deep. 22.
I made it. I tell you what, when he did it, I
Robbie
thought,
Ferguson was like,
that's a panic.
yeah, it was. It was like the bounce of that funny shaped ball, isn't it? And it's so hard to read.
That was almost weighted absolutely perfectly because it just didn't do what Robbie Ferguson thought it was going to do.
or wanted it to do. He wanted it to bounce up nice so he could just dot it down over the try line, and we'll have a 22. But yeah, that just
Because Rockaborough was sniffing.
Well, if it came off, that's big.
Oh, imagine the eruption from the sideline then. That would have been huge.
You had to try something.
But
That's a deep
the
kick.
sands of time are running out for Old Collegians. I think Rockaborough is going to send this back to them.
Oh,
it
straight
just
up.
goes straight up in the air.
He loves the up and under.
Oh, it's taken a nice bounce, but Colliers manages to
A
work
dive
it out.
pass.
There's no one
And then
back. No
Satala
one
is
back.
going to look for...
Joey's on the road.
Oh, now it is a foot race. Max Monfries, he looks over his shoulder, does well to pick it up and does well to step out, and then we'll just fire it away. Tremaine Butler with all the tricks and nobody there. Good shot, now they're in trouble. They've done well to get the support round.
Fatigue.
People flying in from everywhere just to try and counter-ruck it.
Lee McDonough's in on the
It's
A-post.
messy.
Satala with a little pick and go. Straight into traffic.
Logan Brown at halfback being told to use it. Phillips at 5'8". Oh, it's come off his chest. It's gone backwards. Horn will get there. Ferguson. Ferguson will just put it on the boot.
That's uncommon for Robbie Ferguson to put a ball on boot.
Evans, he's
No
got
one-
a
no one
wall
with
of
it.
yellow in front of him.
Monstered.
Support again.
Logan Brown with the
Logan
jackal.
Brown has stolen it.
Just got a quick update from the Old Collegians bench there, guys. They've just been telling their players just to play hard and really get deep in this final few minutes.
Yeah, with the final few minutes. Thanks, Maddie. Final few minutes. I mean, the time is running out.
Look at this. Great
Ben.
hit by Robbie Ferguson. Triple tackle there.
Oh, there's no. Okay.
There's your mark.
It's easy when I watch it the second and third time, but time is running out, Ben.
It's one of your players.
16 points is a big deficit.
It is, because even a converted try still leaves you 2 scores behind.
You wouldn't write them out of it, but it's certainly an uphill battle.
Yeah, I mean, and we're about to hit red time, so it would be the most miraculous broadcast we've ever seen if Old Collegians were to come from here.
We would be hoarse by the end of it.
I think, for me, it's almost the case that as soon as that final whistle goes, Old Collegians have to just wipe all memory of this. They can't dwell on this.
No, certainly not.
It's a learning curve for them too.
Focus on next week.
Yep.
I also think you can get something positive out of these last few minutes. You know, if we say we're going to score, at least get something out of it.
Nice kick down towards the 22.
Rockaborough helicopters it away towards the 22.
Black 9, substitution.
So Connor McCarty on for Travis Collier.
Yeah, Collier's going to go. 10 and 1.
10, Joel Plummer for Cam Field. And Jaden Phillips for Kai.
Played very well again, Jaden Phillips. I don't think I've ever seen him put a foot wrong on any broadcast game.
He makes the odd error, but his game is solid. His scrummaging solid, line out throwing solid, and ball in hand, he's great to watch.
Jaden certainly played well over the last couple of years. I remember playing state with him a few years ago, and he's just risen on, gotten a lot better.
Yep, his confidence is starting to come through too.
Evans again, and this time he'll find not trying to find a way through. Sent it to Bartlett. Advantage for the knock on. They can go.
Stuart Nutt's had a good game as well.
He's had a fantastic game.
He's a very good player, is Stuart Nutt.
Advantage from the knock on.
So Brighton deep in their red zone with a scrum centre field.
Well, you would expect them to start asking the question about how long's left.
Well, 4 minutes, 45.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes left. There you go.
You asked, we got told.
16 points.
That's doable in that
16
time.
minutes and 16 points of what? No.
Well, I mean, you think if we get a score,
Of course it is.
if we get a score here,
3 scores in 4 minutes.
Yep.
we get a score here.
Let's
Well,
see
it's
it.
their scrum, so first of all, you've got to win the scrum against that.
Might change the
So Brighton have to make smart choices from the red zone though.
They do.
Now they've got a massive change of players on the field.
Well, knock on at the back.
Turnover ball.
Oh,
In the
our
scrum.
ball.
Pick it up and knock it forward.
So, like I said,
Anything can happen.
we still have 4.5 minutes of intense rugby coming at you.
You think 2 converted tries, a drop goal, penalty?
Ooh. What are you calling, the drop goal or the penalty?
Well, we got Sam Evans. I reckon he could slot a drop goal.
From where though?
40?
40. All right.
40,
eh?
I'd back him from 40.
40 centre field.
40 centre field, yeah.
We're on. So Brighton need to turn on a big scrum here because College's last 3 scrums have actually been quite impressive. Great platform, clean ball for College.
Monfries to Rockaborough. Rockaborough will send it out to Horn. Horn does get around the outside, and there's score number 1. He's going to take his own kick as well.
It's a tough conversion from there.
I've got a feeling he's going to drop goal it.
The importance of this kick.
The kick is massive. Kick is huge, and then they've got to win. Then they've got to win. Then they've got to score, convert that one, and then get the kickoff back again.
And then it's the 40-metre drop goal.
Tough ask.
It's a big ask.
You'd think Brighton would just walk it up, though, as well.
Brighton will be absolutely killing time here. Discussion is, you'd think the discussion in the huddle right now would be
You've got to
maintain ball, maintain composure, play our game, stay focused. Great looking
Beautiful
kick.
leg.
Looks good for Mark.
Across the face.
So now that's even harder.
It is harder now.
So they've got to win this,
The 2 more tries.
score,
2 more tries.
convert it,
Yes.
win the next kickoff, score, convert it.
Yes.
I would love to see that, but
I think we might turn
The
the
most
lights on.
optimistic person in the world. But where's that been all day from Old Collegians?
Looking forward to
Oh,
the
it's
end.
been there. It's just been shut down a lot, and then the bottom lip sort of came for 15 minutes there, and
I
and
think
now
that's
their
a
tails
massive.
are up.
I think that's a huge moment where just the attitude dropped a little
The
bit.
attitude
Ben.
dropping is huge, yeah, certainly. I think when Joe scored that intercept try as well,
Ho's good.
Nice take.
Not. He's just going to go straight into midfield.
See, for me, for the last 10 minutes, College have been attacking the line a lot harder than Brighton.
certainly. Could that be with the new halves pairing?
Evans
They have looked flash.
out the back to Furry, and they're going to come back.
Yeah, the halves pairing since they've come on have actually made a massive difference.
They have.
The delivery and service
Certainly have.
has been go forward for the whole. Well, since they've been on, it's looked flash. It's been good.
I think the chat from Sam as well is big. He talks a lot out in the field.
So Rockaborough will send it into touch, and unlike the old days, that doesn't end it. We can keep going.
So line out right on halfway.
And again, they must win it.
This
I
would be
think
last play now, wouldn't it?
It would be close.
Be close.
Monfries, Evans, Bartlett, Furry.
Well met.
He's
Rick.
lost it.
Spill.
Yeah, that would have been Pitter in the tackle.
You said you
McCarty can't get away.
That was Cam Field.
Sorry, Field can't get away. McCarty now at the back of the ruck. Penalty.
Gone now.
So-
You missed it the first time and went back again.
They'll ask the question and then they'll tap and go, I reckon.
Nah, they'll
Tap
push,
and kick it out.
push it in the corner.
There's no point.
Oh, if there's time on,
yeah,
there will be.
yeah.
You use your arms when you take them, please.
Again, we've talked about
That'll be
Pitter and the line he
That'll
walks.
be it.
time.
That's time. So we'll see
It'll
Satala
be-
tap it and kick it away.
Tapping into the field.
And there it goes.
grab a kick.
There it is.
So Brighton will have the weekend off. There'll be blood for supper tonight.
There will be.
And next weekend they get to watch Old Collegians take on somebody who was playing at Wilfred Taylor Reserve. We probably should look at that. The thing with these games is you just get completely and utterly taken
Absorbed.
up with them, don't you?
You do. You do. But that was a massive game of rugby.
Good matchup.
both
Really good matchup.
certainly.
both sides threw absolutely everything at each other.
A lot to work on for both sides as
I think
well, I would
certainly.
think.
I don't think either side can be disappointed. Well, College can't be disappointed. Yeah, there was a few calls that they were disgruntled about, but for the effort that they put out there, the game could have gone either way from any moment, couldn't it?
Certainly, I think, like we said, the big thing is just that mind space when the calls are going against us. Like, we've got to stop dropping our heads and just keep our heads up. And regardless of what the call of the ref is, still keep our heads up and pushing forward, because that's really what's getting us at the moment.
Looking around the grounds, Adelaide University got over Port Adelaide, 27 points to 17. Southern Suburbs, 48 points to 17. They're going to be difficult to deal with in that Division 1 championship.
Yes, they will.
And the one that everybody wants to know about, Burnside, 37 points to 19 over on Coparinga. I think that one's still going. It was a 4:30 kickoff, so that one's possibly still going. But Burnside have the biscuits at the moment. We're going to go down to Maddie, who's out on the field. She's with Logan Brown.
So, congratulations on the win. How are you feeling?
Tough, yeah, it was a tough game. It will be a bit sore tomorrow, I reckon, but good to have the week off. So.
And how important will that week off be to your preparation for the grand final?
Yeah, definitely it will be good, but it's also the downside of it of not playing another game. Old Coles will face either Onkers or Burnside, and there'll be another tough game for them, so they'll come in pretty hot if they make it into the grand final.
Yeah, and you were up the whole game pretty much. How much momentum did that come into play in your performance tonight?
Yeah, definitely a bit. We just tried to keep that ball rolling and keep it in the hands, and sometimes it went to the ground a bit, but it was pretty tough, so it was good fun.
Well, thank you for joining me. Back to you guys.
So Logan Brown there, not surprisingly, the old-timer as well, probably suggesting that he's looking forward to his weekend off.
He became for a week off.
But he also said, kind of intimated that he'd like to keep that momentum going. He's got to get going again. Absolutely wonderful game of rugby, 36 points to 25. Ben, next week probably Burnside, the Battle of Green Hill Road, which is
game.
probably going to be here.
Interesting.
It's going to be real interesting. So, Battle of Green Hill Road. Yeah, it's a big week for the boys from Green Hill Road to.
They have to get back up, you know. Obviously, we've beaten Burnside twice before, but finals footy is a completely different game. It's going to be a huge game, and I think important thing is, you know, keep our heads up. The attitude thing is big.
The positivity that college bring to most games when they turn up, like you see it drop a couple of times during today, but
Yeah, certainly.
But their game,
When we played Burnside the week before, we played perfect, I thought.
tails in the air, go forward rugby,
Exactly,
execution, and it's those sort of things. A couple of drop balls here and there, and it makes it hard to come back.
You're getting the wrap-up sign from your wife, Steph.
She wants to go out.
So we will get the wrap-up sign. That'll be it, because we've been told by our floor producer over here to the right, we've got to wrap it up. Ladies and gentlemen, wonderful game of rugby, 36 points to 25. Brighton will go into the weekend off. Old Coles, barring a miracle, you would think at Wilfred Taylor Reserve will take on Burnside or on Kaparinga next weekend. Here again, ladies and gentlemen, we hope to see you next weekend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Maddie as well, wherever she may be, for her wonderful work on the sideline this afternoon. From Resource Co. Sports Field.
Rugby Stadium.
Good evening.